Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Sheila with Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Good to see you today. Be sure and check my notifications, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel today. I am in a collaboration called Welcome to Get to Know Us Craft and Chat with my friends, and also by Leah and Lori. So Leah is Make All the Things with Me, and Lori is from the Farmhouse Stencil Shop. Y'all, drop me a note. Let me know you're here. Hopefully I can see the comments. Sometimes we cannot on YouTube. And so if I don't see your comments, I'm sorry. I will go back and look at them. So come on in. Hey, Lori, I can see your comment. Awesome, awesome. I hope that you can see me well. I did my camera a little different setup today, so hopefully you can see me. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we only have 30 minutes, so we're going to get started. So y'all, I'm using this beautiful kit today, and this is from Grace and Tatter Lace, my friend Monique. This is the cutting board that comes with it. You'll see a little line here. That is to show you where to put these. So I've painted up some things already. That way you didn't have to wait on me to paint today, because nobody wants to sit and watch paint, right? So this is painted with the Dixie Belle drop cloth, Dixie Belle paint drop cloth. I love the drop cloth, a beautiful color. Went ahead and used that today because I have plenty of it. And then I have also painted my little rooster, and this is going to be more of a primitive, rustic. I think everybody seems to be going with some of that today, but we'll all have different things, okay? So I used Licorice for that. Hey, Leah from Make All the Things with Me. Hey, Peg. Hey, Stephanie. Good to see you. Hey, Corey. Hey, my sweet friend. So this is Paint Pixie Paint. It's my very favorite, and it is in Licorice. So I painted my rooster just all one color because y'all, I'm going to make it a little more rustic. And it's got this little piece here, which we will make a little bit more rusty. And we're going to use our paint to paint these, and I started on my star. So I'll tell you what paint we're using. So if I was going to use the Paint Pixie Paint, I would use Cream Puff on this. But I'm kind of low on that, so I'm going to go ahead and use the other paint. So I'm going to go ahead and do these, and then we'll have everything kind of painted up and ready. So I take a wipe, and I'm using Chocolate Soufflé. This is just a brown paint. Any brown paint, dark brown paint will do. That will stain. That's what I have on here. So it looked like that. I just stained it with my paint, and this too. So we're going to do these two little things. They're going to go up under our little rustic fence here, and I'm just going to put a little bit on there. You can put a lot, you can put a little. It depends on how you want it. If you don't want a lot, then you're just going to stain it. You want to do it lightly. If you want to paint it, then you can just use the whole, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So if you don't get it perfect, don't let that bother you. Sometimes paint doesn't always go on this kind of wood perfect. So if it doesn't get a perfect look, just don't stress. This is going to be underneath anyway, and it's not going to show that much. Hey, the Pink Llama. Hey, Mindy. How are you? Hey, Lori. Good to see you. Yes, sometimes we do not see all of the comments, so don't let it hurt your feelings. We will come back and say hello to you. We'll welcome everybody. Please be kind, because if you make an ugly comment, my friends are going to take it off. So let's just be nice to creators, and we all create, and crafting is our passion and our therapy. So we got those done. Won't take but a minute for those to dry. So let them kind of dry on their own, and then we'll work on these colors that we're going to use on here. So I want to make this look just a little bit like a rusty fence, like it's not a brand new chicken wire fence. It's kind of rusty. So I use paint to do mine. I mix different paints. So I love the Apple Barrel Tuscan Red and the other red that they have, the Country Red. But I don't like the coverage. So I make my own color, and I'll tell you what I used for mine, and you'll see that it's the same color. So here's my color. I used the Chocolate Soufflé, Candy Apple Red, and a little bit of Aperol Spritz, and came up with my color to make me have that country red. And that's what I have here on my star. So we're just going to do the star, and we're going to do this. You just take a little paint and put it where you want to. You can dry brush this too. Doesn't have to be all over. You just want to put just a little bit in different places, just somewhere you kind of a little bit more rustic, in places. And that's what we're planning on doing with this. This won't take real long. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that Aperol Spritz by itself, just a little bit of that orange, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a little orange next to it. That's going to kind of blend in, because you know when you have rust, then it kind of just blends in. This is the same way that I will do a metal piece that you have. You're wanting to look rustic, it looks bright. I don't like bright, so I like mine to look a little bit more like rust. You also can use a little bit of gray, so I'm using the light gray called Cookie Dough in the Paint Pixie. You can take a little bit off, use that same brush. You can also use a dry brush, and you just put a little bit of gray here and there. A little gray, a little black, a little brown, whatever you want to put, just next to your rusty. Put a little bit on here, and it's okay if you mix the color and it's not perfect. Okay, let's take a little bit of that brown and put it just on the edge, just to bring a little bit more into that where that white's not so bright, or the gray. You can use white as well, or cream. Now I'm going to use a little bit of dark gray. The dark gray is Foggy Martin. I like to tell you the colors because people always ask the colors. Rose Sharma, good to see you today. You are always welcome on my channel. Please give me a subscribe. I appreciate that. And if you love crafts, let me know. Okay, I'll put a little bit of that here and there just to bring in that color. And then you can take a little bit of your red too if you want to, just not too much. Not too much, just a little bit. And you're going to kind of just put it wherever you want on this fence or this chicken wire. I mostly use the red that I have and oranges to kind of bring out some rust. You also can put a little bit of cinnamon on here. So let's grab let's see if I've got cinnamon or pumpkin spice. Either one, you can use spices. Put a little bit of that on there. That makes it have just a little bit of a texture. A little bit of a texture where you've got your wet paint. And this makes it look even more vintage. See how I've got the rust on there? So you can put a little rust on your paint. And you can always come back and do another coat of this after you're live, just in case you didn't quite get enough. But your point is that you want to kind of make it just to be a little bit more rustic in places that you might have some rust. Put you a little bit more orange. It's just kind of a guessing game on just mixing your colors together. That's all you're doing. You can take a little black and put on there as well. Just kind of keep dipping your paint and just put it where you want. And that's going to kind of dress up your little star. Dress this up a little bit. You want to put a little brown, a little black right in there to kind of tone down just a little bit. Put you a little bit more of your... I love using cinnamon, and I love using the... Hey, Luann, good to see you. Then a little bit of this just to kind of give it a more of a rustic feel. So you definitely could just use some glue and water if you want to, and just glue down this if you want to do that. It's totally up to you. When you're crafting, you just do what you like and be you, because that is the most important thing. It's a good therapy. It's a good way to just get a little frustration out. You ask any of these ladies that love to paint and they'll tell you, just see how that made it just have a little bit of a different kind of look there. Just a little different look. I'm going to paint the little sides of this a little bit where that'll look better. We'll be using this little star. And right now it kind of looks like a mess, right? Just put you a little bit more orange on there if you need. And then you can do the same thing with your pumpkin spice on this, or your cinnamon. I added actually a little extra cinnamon in this one, Now it's going to stick to your paint. Now you have something that just looks a little bit more rustic. And you can work on the fence a little bit more if you want to. It's totally what you like. So we all tell you to be you, and do what your creative mind allows you to do, right? Yes, it is the best thing. Have you done this before, Corey, and made your rust? When I do any kind of metal, or I'm doing those metal buckets or anything like that, I like to have, and you can kind of mix together, you can use a dry brush also can be used. So if you want to, just grab a dry brush, and you can do your dry brush the same way, and it's going to kind of pounce it on there a little bit, and then you just add a little bit more rust where you want it, and that way your fence isn't looking like a brand new fence. I don't want it to look like a brand new fence, because it should have a little bit, and you can dip this brush in just different colors and just use it. Put a little bit more gray on there. The gray really makes it look kind of very vintage. That's what you're going to do on that. So I think we'll let that, we can always add a little bit more. So I think that's good. We're going to dry these up just a little bit, and hopefully my microphone kind of doesn't make where the dryer is so loud. You love to paint like that too? Y'all, yes. Corey is a beautiful painter. We have a great group of ladies today that are going to be live with you. And y'all give them some love. Give everybody some love. You know, that's what the world needs, is love. Let's leave nice comments and give some love, because we definitely can use some love in this world today, right? It's all about loving people and being kind. I tell you, we have to just, and we embrace everybody. Anybody that's an artist or anybody that loves to do creating, we embrace everyone. We don't have a problem with anyone, no matter who you are. Artists have different ways of expressing art. Could be through music, could be through arts and crafts, it could be through anything. So, hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Shelby, good to see you as well. So I think those are kind of dry. So I'm going to take this now. I'm going to do something really quick. I'll move these to the side with, let me dust this. Let me put this kind of on the other side so we have a little room here. I'm just going to put a little bit of paint here on my board. I think that you can see it well. And this is a look that you can do for a chippy look. I love chippy, but I don't like scraping as much. And this is an easy way to do it. I'm going to use this color called Glazed Donut. I hope it's going to show. I may have to add a little color to it. It may be a little light. If it's a little light, we'll add some brown to it. I'm going to put some right here on my, I'm going to move these brushes over out of our way. I'll wash those when I get through. Let me make sure I get this out. Sometimes I get kind of stuck, get a little ooky. That's all right. And this is a dollar store tool. It works great to get gunky paint out. Trust me. I'm going to use that glazed donut. Let me see if this shows up enough. If not, add a little brown. It's kind of more of a darker camely cream. You're going to use a palette knife. I've got 2 palette knives here. You're just going to take your palette knife. You're going to dip the very edge in your paint. And those of you that have seen me do this, you know how much fun it is. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to put it right on here and just use your scrape method. Now there you go. Doesn't show a ton, but I think it'll be in contrast if we put just a tad of the brown souffle in there. I think we need just a tad. You don't have to do a whole lot. I think it'll be okay if we just kind of put just a little bit in there. Let me get a stir stick here and kind of stir that up. We still have some time, so I think we got time to do this. And we'll have that painting done and we'll put it together and make a bow. Yes, the brown is giving it a little bit darker color, and I like that. It's going to be a little bit more color-wise. I think it's going to be good. So let me wipe this off and let's dip it back in there. It's just a color about like that. Okay? You want to take a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Everybody's kind of reconnecting. Sorry, y'all. Everybody's kind of reconnecting today. See the look? Instead of you having to scrape that paint off and use candle wax, this is an easy way to do it. How many of you have done this before? It's a fun, fun look. Just use your tool. If you get too much, it doesn't bother me if I get a little bit too much here. And it's going to show back behind our things. And just keep your tool just kind of doing that. And it makes a beautiful. Now on your sides here, you can take it, or you can take a smaller one, and you can just go along your sides just like that. It's very therapeutic, very therapeutic. If you want to get your frustrations out, get something out and craft with it. This is my therapy. We all can use a little craft therapy, can't we? Crafting is still alive and still going strong. And then you can go this direction as well. I think that looks good. It may look like a mess to you. Once we get everything on there, it's going to be really cute. Really cute. Let's let that dry a minute. Try to dry a few things. We don't have to do the dryer too much, right? Okay, let's take our Rooster. I like mine rough. I like mine kind of rough on the edges. So I take mine and sand off my edges to make it look more primitive. Just like that. If you're wondering how they get those edges, this is how they do it. I wondered for a long time, how in the world did they get that? Did they do a paint? No, they just use their sander. Hey, Lydia, you found me finally. Good. Luann, I'll send you a personal note. I'll send you a personal note, sweetie. Okay. I'll kind of catch you up to date a little bit. Get that off just a little bit, y'all, just a little bit. Oh, I'm liking this. And then, y'all, and I say y'all, I'm very southern, so that is just me. If you want a little bit more here, you can sand over on your piece as much. This was black licorice, so if you wanted a little bit more, you can just sand on in a little bit, just like that. Depends on what you like. May not be a look you like, but I'm good. And then you can do a little bit more in here, a little bit more here on the neck. And this is just one of those little sanders. This one's not actually a gator. This is another brand. You can order it on Amazon. There you go. I decided to do it like that instead of doing, we got a little black on there, but it's not hurting anything. All right, we got our Rooster done. Okay, let's take this. Let's make sure it's good and dry. We want to have time for our bow, I hope. You love the Rooster too? That's your thing too. You know what else I love? Crows. I love some crows. Y'all, crows are in all the time. And you know, we're having crows right now. I don't know if y'all have crows up north, but up in this, down here in the south, we have hundreds and hundreds at a time. So they're all coming to visit. Yes, they get into your bird feeder. But they're God's creatures, right? We're not gonna knock that. Okay, y'all. Now we're gonna use some glue. So we're gonna need some wood glue. And then I'll use just a tad of hot glue probably to hold it right now. Yes. We gotta move on here. That's right. But we are good. We are all good. So I'm using Tite Bond Quick and Thick. It's my favorite wood glue. When you are doing these pieces, make sure that you do use some wood glue. Hot glue is not going to hold it long. It'll probably pop off with just hot glue. So make sure that you use both. Now she's got the lines right here that you can match it up. And you actually can still see them after you paint. So we should be able to line up right where she's got this. Okay, then you put this on top. I had to have my husband help me figure this out. I kept trying to put the rooster back there. He said, well, you got to put those on top. I love some wood kits. I just like to see how somebody does them so I can do them that way that they're supposed to be done. But it's okay if you go out the rim a little bit and do what you like, right? Okay. That goes on top of that. So it raises it up. Okay. And then you may have to glue your rooster next. So let me look at it before I put this on. I think it's going to be easier to do that. Yes. It's going to be easier to put him in. Yeah. We got this. We got this. Absolutely. You have crows outside your bedroom window? Yes, they do. They call very loud. They are loud. Oh my goodness, y'all. The other night, and it was late. I said, what? I asked my husband, what is that noise? That he goes, that's those crows. And they are so loud. They are extremely loud. And I'm ready for them to move on because there's so many of them. Now, when they start getting in my yard, my birthday, I can tap the kitchen window and they will kind of go on away for a little while. Then they're back in a few minutes, but there's not as many. But there's still some lingering, and then they get in your yard. They're in the trees, and they make a mess. Bird messes all over your cars. So, you know, I know, but they want to, let's move on. But they don't want to go to Florida. It's cold there too, right? So they're not wanting to go any further south because it's just as cold. Oh, this is going to be so stinking cute. It's going to be stinking cute, y'all. It is. Okay, let's get a little wood glue on here and get this on. And then we will work, let's see which side I want to do. This side right here. And then we are going to get a bow made. This is a pretty simple project. Pretty simple. Get you a wood kit and order you one. This is from Grace and Tattered Lace. And you can find her on Facebook. And she has a link to her shop. She sells these kits. Monique is a very sweet lady and a friend of mine. And I love this kit. Just kind of want to line it up and kind of get your glue off. And you can always, y'all, and if you ever get off when you're doing this, just heat it back up. It'll come right off. You can take it right back off. Look how cute that looks already. I love it. I love it. Love that. Okay, we're going to put this up on our bow. So I can come back in. I'm just going to take my Posca pen. And I'm just going to go in and just do these letters. I think it's small enough we'll be able to do it. Something close anyway. I'll just do one of them. I'll come back and do those with a little Posca pen. Okay? We're going to put our little star on there. I'll put it right over on the side. Just put it on with a little hot glue. I hope that y'all are liking this cute little project. I do. I like it. And it comes with a little tag as well. Okay, let's put that over there. I do like to use wax and things, and I'll probably come back and do that. Let's get our little bow made. Got 5 minutes, so we're good. We're good. Okay, let's see. I have another little star. And I might put the other little, well, let's move this out of our way. And if you have questions, I'll try to answer them. You'll love the kit. Don't you love the kit? It's awesome. Yeah, she has several of the farmhouse. Okay. And I think she has some crows. I'm going to have to check into it. Okay, y'all, I love rag bows. So I just use material. And I'm using some of the black and red homespun today, some muslin and different things. We're going to use some of that. I'm going to put this red on the bottom. We'll try to, I pretty much can whip out a bow pretty quick, so hopefully we can. Now, we don't want it long, so I'm going to make the tails kind of a little bit short. And the homespun, you don't have to worry about twisting it back and forth, and I will trim it. But some of the other material, you definitely do have to make sure that you twist it as you do it. And listen, I don't mind strings. I'm a girl that doesn't mind the strings and pulling them off and any of that stuff. This is just a piece of white material. You can use old sheets. You can buy material. Look for it at thrift stores and stuff. Y'all, you don't have to worry about. You can take it home, bleach it, wash it, all those things, and come up with some great material. Yard sales are really great places. I've bought material from yard sales. I've torn up old clothing, all those things. So we're going to use that one. We're going to use just this little piece here. It has a little writing on it. We're just going to stick that in, so you don't have to do it back and forth. If you find something to stick, we'll put a little black in there. Yeah, we're doing good. We're good. We're good. And I'm going to definitely post a picture on here, and I'm also going to put it on my Facebook page. So most of us are all on Facebook as well, and you can go follow us there. So we have several platforms, and be sure and subscribe to my channel here. Give me a thumbs up and do your notifications so you'll know when I go live again, because I'm going to be doing it more often. So here's a piece here. It looks like it's had a little bit cut out. Let's try this one. Put a little piece of this. I'm going to put a little piece of the cream in between, and we will be moving it. How about that? We are doing good. After me today is Paint and Create with Lydia. Paint and Create with Lydia. You don't want to miss her. She's going to have something great as well. And then we will be going till later today. And my playlist for some reason didn't come up, but you definitely can find the playlist and follow everyone. Okay, let's put this on. We're not going to have a great big bow. We'll be good with what we can do here. We got about a minute. Let me show you this real quick and go back and forth. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to tie it up as tight as I can. If you don't have one of these bow dabbers, they are awesome. They are awesome. Just as tight as you can do it. Tight. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my little tag on here. I'm going to go ahead and tie it in. It makes it a little easier if you just go ahead and tie it into your bow. And then you don't have to worry about attaching it. Okay. I'm going to put that in right now, and then I'm going to tie it to the back. And my time is almost up, so I'm just going to do a quick tie here on the back. I'll show you. And then I'm probably going to put a little button up here. I've got some little buttons. And if you want to make this where you can use it more than once, put the Velcro on the back, Velcro on here. You can switch your bows out for the seasons if you want to. I'll probably do that a little bit more over there. Trim those down. Then I'll put my bow up here. And that will be cute. I think at one time I was going to put the star maybe somewhere here, so I may still add that. But I think that's a cute little quick project that anybody can do. Thank you for being with me. Next is Lydia. It's Paint and Create with Lydia. Y'all go give her a subscription. Hit the subscribe button. And thank you for being here today.